G'day guys, Dave Lee coming at you once again with another book review. In this video we'll be taking a look at Taschen's newest book on Walt Disney Animation following their spectacular 2016 volume, The Walt Disney Film Archives. This time round the focus is on the one who started it all in Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse The Ultimate History, written by Disney historian David Gerstein alongside Disney and film historian J.B. Kaufman, and is edited by Daniel Kothenschulte, who edited the previous Disney volume. Before we take a look at the book itself, I want to do a very quick unboxing to show you exactly how this volume will be delivered to you, as I understand that many people will show a little bit of trepidation in ordering such an expensive large book online. I know that I did when I bought my first Taschen volume. This is now my third of their extra large publications, and I've never once had any issues. The book will arrive in this enormous package, which is a little bit bigger than the book itself, and the book is secured inside the package with a thick layer of large bubble wrap. It may not seem like much, but it is certainly ample packaging and very secure. The book itself comes inside its own cardboard box with a handle, which not only allows you to easily handle the book, but also keeps the actual volume itself safe from the elements. I would highly recommend keeping your book inside this box instead of treating it as mere packaging and throwing it away. I also love how Taschen prints the book cover on their boxes, making this special art book feel like an absolute treasure. The book's box comes covered in shrink wrap, and once we take that off and open it up, we find that the book itself does too. I recommend that you carefully slice off the shrink along the pages of the book, and when packing the book back away in the box, place the shrink carefully back onto the corners of the cover to maintain that extra bit of protection. This lavish volume is the same size as the previous Disney Archives volume, but is in a portrait format instead of a landscape format. I do kind of wish that they kept a little bit of consistency between the volumes, but the orientation of this book is perfectly fine. The book's dimensions are around 30 by 40 centimeters, it weighs around 4 kilograms or 9.5 pounds, and has a total of 496 pages. That is 124 pages less than the previous volume, but as you will see, that certainly doesn't mean it lacks in content. The book currently markets for a regular retail price of $200 US, but can be bought on special at Book Depository, where I've seen it as low as 35% off and managed to get this copy for around $125 US with free shipping. For those who wish to purchase this book, I will leave an affiliate link in the description and comments below. As you may be able to see here, the book has a gorgeous fabric lining on its cover, while featuring a nice, shiny, embossed Mickey Mouse decal on the front. I love the design of the cover here. It's bright, dynamic, and features a classic, iconic image of Mickey, which I absolutely adore. The book's spine is nice and thick, measuring around 7.5 centimeters. It too is lined with fabric, features a nice dynamic red, and a great little image of Mickey down the bottom. This would look great on any bookshelf, but again, I would recommend keeping it inside the box. On the back cover, we have this wonderful image of Mickey with his father, Walt Disney, taken in the 1950s. This is one of my favorite images of Walt, so I love that it's been used so prominently here. Down the bottom, a small quote is printed from Walt himself.
I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
I couldn't think of a more perfect quote to print on the cover of this book. So now let's take a very quick peek inside the book. After a number of dynamic opening pages, we are greeted by the book's table of contents. As you can see, the book is split into 3 separate sections, focusing on the history and evolution of Mickey across 90 years. The Golden Age, the Silver Age, and the Modern Age, each section of which has multiple chapters of its own. The book also features a foreword by the current Disney chairman and CEO, Bob Iger. Let's take an incredibly quick flick through of the book, where I will show you some of the book's wonderful little unique features and give my quick review of it. As always, I won't be showing the entire book, as I'd love to leave the magic of exploring the book by yourself with fresh eyes when you get it in hand, but I will show you a little bit and give you a feel for what you should expect with this volume. One of my favourite features of this book are the section pages. We have these great thick card pages with vibrant colours and beautiful Mickey Mouse typography, and when we turn the page we find a nice little cutout that reveals a section of the page behind. This continues throughout the book, and I think it's just a cute little feature that makes this feel more than just an ordinary book, almost giving it a little bit of interactivity and making it feel like it's worth the money. There's even a gorgeous quad fold out section in the middle of the book, which I think is absolutely stunning. As with most of these large volumes, the book comes with a small ribbon which can be used as a fancy bookmark, and in this case the ribbon is complemented by this wonderful cutout of Mickey Mouse. Again, yet another exciting layer to this volume. This art book really is a piece of art in and of itself. The book is of course filled to the brim with beautiful photos, original artwork, sketches, posters, comic strips and the like, all of which are complemented by wonderful text by Gerstein and Kaufman. I am not too sure which chapters here are written by who, but this joint effort flows seamlessly, which could also in large part be to the commendation of editor Kothenschulte. I have only had this book for a few days now, so I would be lying if I said that I've had a chance to read the entire volume, but from what I have read, this is a beautifully written text in the true nature of its authors, and is obviously very well researched, with full cooperation from the Disney archives. However, that said, I am sure that Kaufman and Gerstein relied on a lot of their own personal knowledge of the topic. They are two of the most preeminent and well-respected Disney historians around today. Out of the small sections that I have read, I've already learned quite a few more things that I never knew before. I am a little bit ashamed to say that I don't own any of Gerstein's previous Disney history volumes, but I do own a number of Kaufman's, two of which his tremendous explorations of Snow White, the fairest one of all, and Pinocchio, Disney's epic, are two of my favourite Disney history books of all time. I have read both cover to cover and continue to refer to them constantly. The book isn't filled with an overwhelming amount of text, especially considering its almost 500-page length, and instead allows many of the images to speak for themselves. So if you are not a heavy reader, it won't be such a daunting task to complete this volume. However, no corners have been cut with this book, and if you are familiar with Kaufman's or Gerstein's or even Taschen's previous film history publications, you will know what to expect with this book, and will certainly know what good hands you are in for such an expensive, lavish volume. This book comes with the highest level of recommendation from myself to all Disney, animation, art, and film history fans. It is very easily the most extensive and detailed volume ever published on Mickey Mouse, and I doubt that we will ever see another like it. Simply put, despite its high price point, it is well worth every single penny. This is another big win for Taschen, Kaufman, Gerstein, and Kothenschulte, who have spared absolutely no expense and given the most perfect amount of tender love and care to a subject which has never been covered to this extent before. Congratulations to absolutely everyone involved in this publication. This is not only one fantastic Taschen volume, but one of the single greatest Disney history volumes ever published, and an absolute must-have. I am so in love with this book. I mean that without a word of a lie, and from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of Disney history fans the world over, I thank you for such wonderful work. If the size of this volume or its price seems a little overwhelming to you, Studio Press have also published their very own Mickey history volume titled Mickey Mouse Museum, The Story of an Icon, which some may find a more accessible volume. But be aware that while the dimensions are somewhat similar in size, it's less than 100 pages in length and has nowhere near the same amount of information inside, and doesn't have such high regarded names attached to it. Also, it's more aimed at a younger reader. I will produce a small video review of this book in the coming days, as well as one for Taschen's recent smaller scale volume on Disneyland for those interested. Until then, that was my small review for Taschen's Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse The Ultimate History. Once again, I have left an affiliate link down below for those interested in purchasing the volume. If you are on the fence about picking this one up, I say take the jump, you will not regret it. Thanks to old mate Rick for helping me with the filming of this video while I am away overseas. Thanks for joining me guys, I'll see you on the next one. If this is your first time viewing one of my videos, you like what you've seen, you'd like to see more like this in the future, then please don't forget to hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen right now, and also hit that like button down below if you're feeling extra generous. Also, don't forget to check out my many social media accounts, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day.